Hello, welcome, Devil Sniper here, and today I'm bringing you West Ham United episode number 17. I had a quick word with DS and DG, and they basically said, yes, get West Ham TV down to the training ground, get them in, and show the world why we are doing quite well at this moment in time. We are 8th in the Barclays Premier League. You will see that later in the episode when we have a quick look at the division table, but we are 8th in the Premier League, and we decided to show off our new technique of free kicks. Basically, what we've done is a little bit of banter for the boys. We put targets on the goals, and we've got a mechanical moving wall basically, and all you have to do is hit the targets. If you hit the targets, you score more points, but if you get the ball in the back of the net, it's great. And it's just all about teaching the lads accuracy, getting the ball on target. And as you can see, Downing was very kind enough to jump in and have a crack for us, doing quite well at the moment in time. He is actually the club's leader on the free kick take. He's not having a great day at this moment in time. As you will know, off topic, this has been performed by my eldest, so I don't think she'd done too bad. She also went on and she'd done some dribbling, which we're now going to show you here. This technique we went and picked up from Holland. Yes, a bit sneaky. I spent some time over in Holland with PSV Eindhoven, and I was lucky enough to pick up on some of their training techniques, and I decided to bring this back to the lads because I feel this is something that will help us and develop our lads moving forward, especially, you know, Javo, of course, Stuart Down. This would do him the world of good, and any potential players we bring in, especially youth players, you know, this will do him the world of good. It teaches him control and dribbling at speed. The aim of this is to get through it as quick as possible with as much control. Obviously, Downing, as you see there, the first player within the West Ham club to actually have a go at it. He had 2 goes and he didn't do too well, so he's going to have to work on that. Most definitely, he needs to. It's not all about all about the speed. As they say, it's less haste, more speed. But moving on, we are playing away from home against Swansea City. Yes, against Swansea, so hopefully it should be an interesting game. Swansea aren't doing too well in the league, as you'll see. They are languishing down in 17th. As I said, we are currently 8th. 21 games down, 29 points, which is not the greatest. And of course, that -1 goal difference really is disappointing because I do feel we've defended a lot better than our record actually suggests. So the side we're going with is Adrian, Jenkins, Tompkins, Collins, O'Brien, Kuyate, Song, Morrison, Downing, Valencia, and of course Sacco. Very, very attack-minded. Very, very attack-minded. I want the boys to be ultra-attacking. Just get in there and give it as much as they physically can. As you can see, early doors, Sacco picking up that ball, knocking it inside to Kuyate, who's come on so much, and I feel he's got so much to offer the team. And of course, he knocks it onto Alexander Song. Song into Jenkins, and he knocks it down the line into Downing. Downing with the nice fake cross, drags the ball back onto his stronger foot, swings the crossover into Valencia, and Valencia heads it straight into the top corner. That boy does half leap like a salmon. He's got a fantastic leap. He really has. For someone who's not exactly tall, his jumping ability is absolutely sensational. And he really did get a good leap in there. Great neck muscles. Turned his neck. Got the power that he needed and directed it into the top corner, which is absolutely fantastic to see. But to touch on a couple of things there, it's got to be said, Kuyate has really, really come on. You know, the only thing he's got to work on is definitely his tackling side of the game. You know, he has, he's obviously picked up a few bookings, and he hasn't done great this season when it's come to tackling, and it's something that he does need to work on. As you saw there, Routledge taking a little bit of revenge out, I feel, there on Ravel Morrison. Ravel Morrison in the early stages of the game made him look a bit of a mug, and I think he took a bit of revenge as Valencia scores the second for West Ham. A shot that he was trying to finesse to that far corner. Williams coming in. I don't know why Ashley Williams decided to dive into that, but he dives into it, skims his knee, and that's just enough to send it into the far corner, leaves his keeper absolutely stranded, and gave us a fantastic 2-0 lead. Exactly what we wanted, but Sacco was causing them all ends of problems, playing really well, but Enner Valencia was on fire, played a beautiful ball into Song. Song getting forward, he's been such a revelation. When he's on form, he is absolutely unstoppable, is Alex Song. He really is great. He really does interlink very well, knocking the ball inside into O'Brien. O'Brien into Sacco. Sacco going for that bender into the top corner. Unfortunately, didn't manage to get it on target, which was really, really disappointing. But as you can see, the work rate of the boys is absolutely sensational. It's only the 25th, 26th minute of the game, and their work rate is phenomenal. Applying as much pressure as physically possible onto Swansea to force them into errors, which is exactly the way I like my team to set up, exactly the way I like my team to play. High tempo football. Never ever allow your opponents too much time on the ball because they will cause you damage. And again, it's being highlighted here. Our defence is so organised at this moment in time. We're defending in a very stout fashion, but we're applying as much pressure as possible as Popov popped one off, and unfortunately for him, it just went high wide and not very handsome, but for us, it was beautiful. But look at the pressure we're applying. The ball into Downing, moving forward, plays a delightful ball into Valencia. Valencia closing down as a goal into the penalty area, and that's his second of the day. 3-0 to the mighty West Ham, and it's about time we started to score goals, and it was a fantastic ball from Stuart Downing. Absolutely fantastic. He picks it up, he surveyed the area, he saw the run from Valencia, which was just absolutely sublime, knocked the ball through, and the finish was of world-class standard. Absolutely fantastic. But Swansea did come back in the latter stages of the first half, just before the half-time whistle, but they put the ball wide. But I totally feel that Adrian had that covered. And look at the West Ham faithful, all away in Swansea, absolutely loving it as we lead 3-0 at the half-time interval. Unfortunately, Dyer did go down, as you'll see here. He goes for a diving header, and I believe that our defender just landed a bit awkwardly on him, and that twisted his ankle. I'm not 100% sure if it's a break or if it's a dislocation, or it might just be a strain. But to be quite honest, and I know it sounds quite selfish, I really don't care, because I've got enough injury worries at this moment in time. But Ravel Morrison teasing the Swansea defence, cutting inside into the box, but gets dispossessed at the last moment. Managed to regain the ball, and unfortunately he just hit it too hard, and he leant back and it nearly hit a satellite, which was really disappointing. But we do bring on Zarate to add some more firepower. We took off Alexander Son because he did pick up a bit of a calf knock. Nothing too serious, it was just precautionary. We got some ice on it and he's all okay, which is fantastic. But Valencia breaking into that box, cuts inside with the shot, and that has to go down as a lucky escape for Swansea as it hit the heel of the defender, took all the pace out of the actual strike, and they got away with it. But great defending yet again from the boys. Downing picking up that ball, spreading it into Valencia. He knocks onto Ravel Morrison. Ravel Morrison breaking forward in the last stages of the game, but you can see he is absolutely shattered, and most times I would be out on the touchline giving him a verbal, but I've got to say he puts in such a performance. He ran tirelessly. He really did put in a fantastic, sensational performance, and I have no qualms with the lad. It's just disappointing that he was running out of steam, so he's going to have some extra training, get his work rates up, to be fair. But the ball comes to Boney, and he fires one into the top corner. A bit of a consolation goal there for Swansea. I've got to say, they didn't really deserve it, because they caused us no problems for the 90 minutes. We defended stoutly, we closed them all down. The one time we gave him half a yard of space, he fires an unstoppable shot into that top corner, which was really disappointing. So as the game has come to the close, I'm going to give you my man of the match, and my man of the match has to be Enner Valencia. 2 goals, arguably 3, because the actual second goal, which was an own goal by Williams, was going in regardlessly, but he got the 2 for the records, which is a little bit disappointing. It would have been nice to have a hat-trick, but it was just absolutely fantastic to see Valencia getting on the score sheet and starting to bang the goals in for us. And a 3-0 win is absolutely sensational. So my man of the match was definitely Enner Valencia. Moving on, as you'll see, we have had our deal accepted with Burnley, so we're offering a contract to Chalobah, which is fantastic. Obviously, Diego Reyes. Look, at the end of the day, Reedy's injured. I was a little bit panicky, a little bit worried, so we did put a bit of what I would call a reaction bid in, because we know Diego Reyes is an absolutely sensational centre-back and one who's got very, very good prospects, but it was never a realistic offer, hence why we only offered £1 million. If we were serious about it, we would have taken it a little bit further, and we didn't. But we do secure the signature of Chalobah. Fantastic centre defensive midfielder who is English, which is absolutely brilliant. As you can see, I got some emails back. I put out some feelers, and Perrine was 19.5 million. Simone Shifat was, 7.5 mil, which is quite a lot of money for 2 goalkeepers. Chris David, 1.6. Real Madrid will listen to offers for Babacar of £10 million, which is not too bad, to be fair. Joaquin Correa, £6 million from Estudis de la Plata, which is fantastic. Of course, Southampton really are warding people off with James Ward-Prowse at £19 million. They've lost a lot of top players, and they don't look like they want to lose anymore. Angel Correa is £19.5 million. That is to do with third-party ownership, which I believe is with Atletico Madrid, hence why his actual price tag is £19.5 million. That is a fantastic player, but I've got to say that really does put me off, that sort of price range. Alexis Zapata, that puts me off. 2.2 million, I don't think the lad's worth that just yet. Perhaps, I could be wrong in the future. He could well and truly be worth it. But at this moment in time, it's not the sort of standard of player I'm looking to pay 2.2 million out. And the last lad from Ajax, who I completely forgot his name, Zikovic, I think it is, £6 million, which is quite a lot. And of course, you know, Paul McCallum's. Do you know what? I really don't care. He can get on his bike and pedal. I'm not increasing his wages because I just don't understand why he wants to take that sort of stance, to be honest. But anyway, we did put an inquiry in for Sahido Berahino, and we got £600,000 back. I've got to say, this has got to be the biggest bargain of any transfer window. Now, if you don't follow me on Twitter, this is probably one of the reasons why you should follow me on Twitter. I banged this tweet out saying, 600k, Berahino, do we or don't we? Favourite for, I think it was retweet for yes, favourite for no. And I got about 5 or 6 retweets for it. I literally just gave it like 3-4 minutes. I got 6 retweets there, and that was it. That was enough for me. So we signed Berahino because of, basically because of Jaffa Cake Army, who follow me on Twitter, said yes. And 600,000 is ridiculous. I do feel slightly bad, and I think it's sort of evened itself out because Carlton Cole, I let his contract run down. I didn't put a new extension on his contract, and I do feel really bad about that because I love Carlton Cole, as I'm sure every West Ham fan loves and adores Carlton Cole. He is absolutely fantastic. He's one of the boys at the end of the day, and I do feel a little bit gutted I allowed his contract to disintegrate and go, which is a little bit annoying, but there you go. It's one of those things at the end of the day. I'll take it on the chin, any abuse, and I will fully understand it. Now, one player that you seemed that I did review was, of course, Joaquin Correa, who I actually really do like. I know he hasn't got the greatest potential, and for me, career mode is not always about potential, because you can have a player who plays at a rated 80, and he plays like a 90 rated player. We all have had them. For me, Correa is one of those players that I like. He's tall, he's strong, he looks very powerful, he's got 4-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves, he's right-footed, he just looks dirty. He looks really dirty, but I did even it out. We did have a look at Nathan Redmond in the hope that we could pick him up. Obviously we couldn't because it's just a little bit unrealistic, but West Bromwich Albion have allowed us to offer a contract to Saido, which I think is absolutely mental. £600,000 for a young English talent of this magnitude is just absolutely ridiculous. But I'm never going to kick a gift horse in the mouth, so we will offer him the contract, as you saw. The same with Correa. We're going to offer him the contract. Hopefully he will come back and say yes, and I will catch you later.
I used to dream about cars and things, about being a star.